Hello everyone, I'm Phoenix Tremayne, and today we're going to talk about all these exits from Days of Our Lives and comings and goings. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 people we're going to talk about today. And first, if you haven't done so, um, please go on ahead, take a minute to subscribe. If you have subscribed, thank you very much. If you're seeing this early because you're a member, thank you very much for being a member. I definitely appreciate you guys, just like I appreciate my subscribers. But you got early access to this video in advance. So I want to appreciate you and thank you for all the well wishes. I still have my ice pack on. It does not hurt as bad as it did last night, but it's still painful. But thankfully, the ice pack is working, and the medicine is working. So I am not as in much as I'm not as in as much pain, but pain's still there. So once again, I want to thank my members. I'm very grateful for you becoming members, which would be Megan Maloney, Samantha Greenridge, Michael Pryor, Gwen Marie, Yvonne Todd, Penny Wiseman, Jeff Payton, and today we also got Rebecca Martinez as part of the membership squad. So thank you very much for being a member. And I'm really appreciative of that. I know you guys came here to find out about the comings and goings, so I'm going to get to it. But please hit that like button. Every time you hit that like button, it lets YouTube know this is a good video for soap fans, so they can become part of our soap fam. And we do have merch now. So my cup came, my mug came. I'm really happy of that. This is the one with the picture of me on it, so I'm really excited about that one because it's me in my firefighter dress uniform. My firefighter uniform, my dress uniform. And we're going to talk about Days of Our Lives. We've got 19 coming and goings. Some of these are just updates on people that are leaving that I've been, because you guys ask me about this all the time. So we're going to start with Camilla Bannis. Her exit date has been confirmed, and it's going to be on August the 28th. So Camilla Bannis' last day is August 28th. She plays Gabby Hernandez on the show, and that's a Friday that she's leaving. And then we've got Galen Gearing, who's also leaving on August the 28th. So I don't know if they're leaving together in the same storyline. Originally, a very reputable website said that his character was getting killed off. But after fans found out Rafe was getting killed off, there was a whole backlash and people really upset because they want Rafe to not have to go through the whole Dr. Rolf thing to come back if they ever decide to bring him back, or if he ever decides he wants to come back, because Galen Gearing said it was a mutual exit. So, it was mutual. But because of fan backlash, he may actually survive. So all you Ray fans out there, you may have saved the character. But him and Gabby are both leaving on the same date, Friday, August the 28th. Next person we're going to talk about is Nadia Jorlin, who plays Chloe. We've been saying this for a long time. A lot of the websites, the reputable websites, have all stated that Nadia was on contract. But this week, Nadia did an interview where she clarified that she was in contract negotiations when the epidemic hit and everything had to shut down. So she said the contract negotiations for her is on hold. So Nadia is actually not under contract at this time. She's actually still just a recurring character. But hopefully with all these exits, um, they'll do the right thing and they'll all come to a consensus, and we'll get Nadia coming back. Also, I wanted to mention about Camilla Bannis. Um, when her exit was confirmed, she said in a tweet, no, it was Instagram. She said on Instagram that she had some news about Days of Our Lives, and that all of your questions about, is going to be answered soon. That's very cryptic. A lot of people are hoping that it means that she changed her mind and she's coming back because there's no work out there. Hollywood is at a standstill. Some shows have slowly began to go back into production, but as an actor, there's a lot of productions that just aren't been able to happen, especially big movies that need lots of crew and extras and all those types of things. The big movies can't do anything with them. Some TV shows can go back into production, but anything that requires a lot of people, they can't go back into production yet. So rumor was Camilla Bannis was ready to come back to Days of Our Lives because it wouldn't work out there, because she quit in February when there was plenty of opportunity, and in March it all dried up. But her big announcement is she put it on her Instagram stories. So hopefully I will be able to update you and let you know if that big announcement turns out to be she's made a deal to come back with the show, because she's leaving at a very weird time in her storyline where they did all this stuff bringing back Brandon Barish, and they didn't make him Stefan because people would be pissed off when Stefan and Gabby back together. They made him Jake, a whole new character, so that he could stay on the show, but there wouldn't be that attachment to Gabby there. But the spoilers make it look like they're gonna have sex like next week, not this week, next week. So that's a weird time for her character to exit, unless they want to bring her back pregnant. But I'm just saying, that's not confirmed, but I don't know. But Camilla Bannis' exit date is August 28th. Galen Gearing's is August 28th. Nadia is not on contract. And now we're going to talk about Freddie Smith and Chandler Macy. Well, this is not new news, but since we're talking about coming and goings, for those of you who may have missed the news, their last date is September 1st. So Camilla leaves that Friday, and then the next Tuesday is Will and Sonny's last day. And it looks like they're this week Sonny is going to get an offer he can't refuse, and so Gabby's going to be upset that I guess they want to take her daughter wherever they're going. So, but she leaves before them. So we'll see how this all plays out. And then the father is coming back too. So Freddie Smith and Chandler Massey is September 1st. And then we've got Last Blast Crew. In this week's preview, they mentioned that the Last Blast Crew is back because J. Kenneth Johnson, he plays Philip. His first air date is on August the 18th, which is going to be this coming Tuesday. And that means that Brandon Beamer and Martha Madison, they have both have more of an extended stay as Belle and Sean on the show, so that they can have this Last Blast Crew reunion along with Nadia, who plays Chloe. And so we got at least 4 to 7 from the Last Blast Crew web series that they recently did. So 4 to 7 are back. And so Sean and Belle said that they're extending their stay in Salem, which made Deidre Hall's Marlena happy. But the reason is so they can watch New Claire. Yes, I call her New Claire because she's nothing like Old Claire. Isabel Durant, who plays New Claire, they're trying to keep an eye on her. So I don't know how long they'll stay, but they're playing up this Last Blast thing. In the preview, they show that Sean is upset that Philip is back because he is afraid something will happen between him and Bella again. So that's a new thing. Plus, once Xander finds out that Philip is back in town this week, he's going to be worried about his place in the company. And he did an interview where he said that there's going to be a lot of hijinks as Xander goes back to his evil ways to try to get rid of Philip. But he said that it's nothing like the evil kind of stuff he was doing with Kristen. He said it's more like high school hijinks in the office. So Xander's not going evil, evil. He's just going to do some not so nice things to try to get rid of Philip. Then we have Lucas Adams. Now, his return is still a rumor, but in an interview with him, he did a movie called Confessional, which I was going to do a review for it and talk about his return to Days of Our Lives because he talked about it in this interview. But Confessional was a horrible movie. It's on Shudder. It's a Shudder original. That movie sucks. If you want to see a bad movie, bad filmmaking, bad writing, you'll go see Lucas Adams' film on Shudder. If you have Shudder, it's like $5 a month, $4.99 a month. Don't waste your time. Don't waste your time. But in his interview, he said that he currently can't talk about whether or not he's returning to Days of Our Lives. Normally, if an actor isn't returning, they just say, I'm not returning, or, they haven't said anything to me. I've seen actors say that all the time, I read that I had a deal, but, I don't have a deal. So, but the fact that he said that he can't talk about it, and because lots of reputable sites and the not so reputable sites all reporting his return. And usually an actor can't talk about it because they don't want to spoil the storyline, which sort of makes sense because you've got New Claire and then, her connection to him. Plus, a less reputable site had a whole storyline for him that he's in the mob and it's going to involve Steve and Kayla trying to get him out and all this kind of stuff. Some sites that I really don't trust said some really crazy way out there things saying he was the one that set the bomb at the wedding. I'm like, oh my God, make up your mind. So that storyline is so far we're moving past that. I don't know what A. Martinez will eventually have to do with that story, or if he's going to be connected to A. Martinez character on the show. But the persistent rumors that Lucas Adams returning is most likely true, and he himself could not deny that he's coming back. So be on the lookout for that. Now, I don't know if he's going to be in a mob. I don't know if he set a bomb or anything like craziness like that. But I'm sure this will thankfully give Kayla and Steve something to do. And honestly, I thought that Kayla and Trip were getting a little close. I thought they was going to do a storyline where Kayla, has that Eve moment that Eve had with JJ, but she has it with Trip. I don't think they're going to go there, but bringing him back is a no-brainer, especially with so many people leaving. He's not going to bringing him back won't cost as much as it would trying to bring some of these other actors back. Now, here's a good one. Suzanne Rogers, who plays Maggie, her return date is on August the 19th. So we haven't seen Maggie since July. So she had like a month off. So we're getting Maggie back. And also we're getting Victor back because, Philip's going to be talking to Victor. So they both have been gone for about a month. So we got Maggie and Victor back. Let me see. We got True O'Brien. We're going to talk about her next. Her return date is August the 25th. Eve has a vision of Paige. So I'm trying to guess, would she be a dream? Ben's hallucination? Is she coming back on the show for real as Paige, as another character? But her return is August 25th. because Eve is losing her mind and she has a vision of Paige. Um, then we got Christian Alfonso. I mentioned this before, but I put her on the list for those who did not know this. But Christian Alfonso's character Hope, her last air date is October the 15th. So we've got Hope a little longer than we got everybody else. Um, Cassie DePava, who plays Eve, her exit is imminent. Cassie said that her filming was actually short. If you actually think about it, Eve isn't really seen a lot. You know, she came, she tortured Ben. You know, now she's skulking around town. She's had some scenes with Vincent. But for the most part, Cassie, you know, everything that Cassie's character Eve did was, you know, behind the scenes, making it look like Claire did it. So Eve really does have a short stint, but they're stretching out her scenes to sort of like stretch out her visit. But Eve has a confrontation with Ben on August 28th. So if Ben and Eve are face to face, we know that's coming to a close. You know, by the following week, if not on that day, because that's the day everybody's leaving. So they may be carting Eve off to the nut house or something on the 28th, since Rafe and Gabby are leaving too. Why not? And I don't mean to say nut house. I don't want to offend anybody. Mental institution. So apologize if I offended anyone. Let me see. Allison Sweeney is departing soon, so you need to, you know, Allison. This is the longest Allison has been on a show for a long time, almost 2 months, and she has another return visit in the fall for, I think, November sweeps. So either November sweeps or the holiday. So she has another appearance coming up, which she hasn't filmed yet because they don't start filming until September 1st. But Allison's will be wrapping up her visit as well. So we're losing Eve, Sammy, Will, Sonny, Rafe, and Gabby, all in like the same week, basically within that same 2 week time frame. Uh, Eric Martzoff, his return is imminent. Um, the word on the curb, the rumor mill, says that he's going to return because of John's collapse. So John is going to collapse. It's going to be serious. So Brady's going to be returning to see his father, you know, because he's gravely ill. But John's not leaving the show. He's already said that he is looking forward to filming in September 1st. So, you know, and those are going to be for November episodes. So John's not going anywhere. I did a whole video on it. But there's no word yet on Stacey Haydock's return. There have been sort of like rumors swirling that she was returning to Days of Our Lives with Brady's character, but there's also been rumors that she's not. So, and this is like across all the different sites that I'm seeing. I'm seeing both. So for right now, she's just stuck in a rumor mill. I'll give you an update on Stacey Haydock, who plays Kristen, when I can. But there's another interesting report about Stacey Haydock. Now, they made her an offer on Young and the Restless to come back as Patty Jenkins for a short stint. So, not on contract, but they're interested in Patty Jenkins returning to Young and the Restless. Now, the report from a reliable site said that she was made the offer, but it didn't say whether or not she accepted it. So, Greg Vaughn last air date is most likely going to be in September, because there's nothing in the August spoilers or anything that even hint at Eric's leaving the show. But he last filmed back in November. People like Galen Gehring and Camilla Bannis came back in February to do scenes to wrap up that character. Those scenes wraps up at the end of August. Now, Greg Vaughn had finished his scenes way before they came back in February to do their scenes to wrap up their characters. So Greg Vaughn will probably be gone by early September. Um, the thing with him is we don't see Eric that much, and we don't see Eric that much because they're stretching out his scenes for the storyline. So if you're wondering why we don't get a whole lot of Eric, that's why. So other than his wedding stuff, if you think about it, it's been really sporadic pacing with Eric, and the wedding stuff was only like a week. It was each couple got their week. Let me see. Now we're on A. Martinez. Unfortunately, A. Martinez is coming. The He's supposed to be coming soon. Hopefully, he'll make it before his kids are gone, or the rumor could be true, and maybe he's involved with Trip or whatever. But it'll be crazy for A. Martinez to return and the two actors playing his kids are gone. But hey, what can we do? And finally, we want to talk about Marcy Miller. Um, Let me close this up real quick. So this came out 3 hours ago. So Marcy Miller did an interview with TV Guide, and then it was just reported on Soap Opera Digest 3 hours ago. In it, it says, a story in the new issue of TV Guide confirms that Marcy Miller, who portrayed Abigail Devereaux from 2016 to 2018, has reclaimed the role from Daytime Emmy winner Kate Mansi. We all knew this already. And will air again soon. When Miller left the soap 2 years ago, she admitted it wasn't an easy choice. It was so bittersweet. She told Digest at the time, "It's always a hard decision to make to leave something like that because it's comfortable and you love the people. You also get very connected to and protective of the character. At the same time, it felt very, very right. And I knew it was what I was supposed to do, but what is right is not always what is easy. It would have been much easier for me to just stay. I always imagined that I would stay for one contract and move on, but at the same time, I was open to whatever made sense. It wasn't as cut and dried for me, partially because I fell in love with everybody so much, but at the end of the day, from a professional standpoint and a personal standpoint, it is what made sense for me. I knew that if I didn't move on and try other things now, I might regret it later. I didn't want to be in that position." So, and I've seen Marcy Miller has done some movies since Leaving Days of Our Lives, but the biggest takeaway from this is when they're saying she's airing soon. From a production standpoint, it makes sense that Marcy Miller will return to the show in September because they don't have to pay Camilla Bannis. So the money they were paying Camilla Bannis, Galen Gehring, Sonny and Will, which is Freddie Smith and Chandler Massey, all those actors, with all those actors gone, they have more money to pay for people like Nadia and Marcy. And so as actors leave, money frees up for the production to pay for other actors to come back. So it makes sense that her character will come back in September when they have more money and can afford her and not stretch out the budget they're always stretching. So hopefully, I know this was a long one, but hopefully you enjoyed this talk about the 19 people coming and going from Days of Our Lives. We can talk about this in the comments section about what you think, because I know a lot of people are upset because there's so many people leaving, but also there's a whole lot of people coming back. So for every person leaving, we're getting somebody else. So when people say, "Oh no, Days of Our Lives is getting canceled because so many people are leaving," they don't talk about Philip coming back, Chloe coming back, Abigail coming back. I can't remember A. Martinez character's name. I know he's a Hernandez. Right now, it's just escaped my memory. I didn't type it up, but yeah. So Trip is coming back. They're gonna which will give Kayla and Steve more airtime. So as we say goodbye to Hope and Rafe and all those people. We're saying hello to all these other people. And the soap was renewed for another season already. So the people were doom and gloom and oh, they just should just cancel all this kind of. It's already been renewed. Calm down and enjoy the show. And we may not have Ben and Sierra because Sierra's leaving soon too, but we still have Xander and Sarah. So I enjoy more than Ben and Sierra. Ben and Sierra I like, but Xander and Sarah I love. So but every fan can't be happy. So thank you for watching. I'm Phoenix Tremayne. I'll catch you in the next video. And I made it. I made it do this video. Painful shoulder and nice cold pack and all. It's not really that cold anymore. Thanks for watching, and thank you all you guys for joining the membership too.